An alleged member of the Hells Angels motorcycle club appeared in federal court this afternoon.
His arrest follows yesterday's FBI raid of a North Providence mill complex where he lives.
54-year-old Douglas Leadham was arraigned today on multiple counts of drug and weapons charges. And new tonight, we're learning more about what agents seized from his home.
Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh is live outside federal court with what's next for the case and what prosecutors are saying about his lengthy criminal past. Kate?
Well, Mike and Shannon, Douglas Leadham's arraignment today lasted for about 40 minutes in federal court, which is a relatively long time for a first court appearance like this. And that's because the defense and prosecutors both made the case for him being released on bail. Eyewitness News first on scene of an FBI raid of Unit 12 at the Geneva Mills complex in North Providence Thursday morning. We obtained a copy of the FBI affidavit showing 54-year-old Douglas Leadham was arrested inside, and agents seized 44 grams of meth, 19 grams of cocaine, 2 loaded semi-automatic guns, and a shotgun, among other weapons. Leadham is seen here in a mugshot from 2012 in which he was sentenced to 5 years probation in 2013 for weapons charges. His defense attorney at the time, Bill Dimitri, was the same for his arraignment Friday afternoon in federal court. Assistant U.S. Attorney Paul Daly argued that Leadham should be held without bail as a danger to society for several reasons, including the amount of drugs seized, his previous criminal history, his alleged status as a full-patched member of the Hells Angels motorcycle club, and an incident on December 29th of 2018 in which 2 women overdosed in Leadham's truck. Dimitri argued Leadham didn't know what the women overdosed on and shouldn't be considered dangerous just by association with the Hells Angels. Ultimately, U.S. Magistrate Judge Lincoln Allman ordered him held without bail at the Wyatt Detention Facility in Central Falls. Now, cameras are not allowed in federal court, but I was in there and I can tell you that Leadham now looks much different than he did in that mugshot you just saw of him from 2012. He now is bald and his entire head is covered with tattoos of skulls shaped almost like a helmet on the top of his head. And I spoke with his attorney after the arraignment, who said this all went as expected for him. New at 6 o'clock tonight, hear why the defense says Leadham could be facing a significant time in prison if he's convicted on these charges. Live in Providence, I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.
6 new details on the Hells Angels member now facing federal charges following an FBI search at a North Providence apartment complex.
And today we learned what the FBI claims they found during the search. And new at 6, we have a response from the suspect's attorney.
Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh was in federal court for today's arraignment. She joins us live from the Providence Mobile Newsroom with what she's learned. Kate?
Well, Mike and Shannon, Douglas Leadham is now charged with 6 felony counts, and the U.S. Attorney's Office said the amount of methamphetamine FBI agents found in his condo alone during that raid is enough to trigger a 5-year minimum sentence in prison if he's convicted. He also faces several other charges that are weapons and drug related, and he's a convicted felon for a criminal history involving weapons charges. You first saw on Eyewitness News Thursday FBI agents at Geneva Mills complex in North Providence raiding Unit 12, a condo we now know is owned by 54-year-old Douglas Leadham. This is a mugshot of Leadham from a previous arrest in 2012 in which he was sentenced to 5 years probation. At the time of his arrest Thursday on 6 counts of felony drugs and weapons charges, that probation period had ended. Eyewitness News obtained the FBI affidavit showing agents seized 44 total grams of meth, 19 grams of cocaine, 2 loaded semi-automatic weapons in a safe, a shotgun, and other drug paraphernalia. Leadham was arraigned just after 2 o'clock in federal court in Providence on Friday. His defense attorney, Bill Dimitri, made the case for his release on bail, while Assistant U.S. Attorney Paul Daly argued he was a danger to society based on his alleged status as a full-patch member of the Hells Angels motorcycle club, his criminal history, and an incident on December 29th of 2018 in which he alerted North Providence police of 2 women overdosing in his truck. Ultimately, the U.S. Magistrate Judge ordered Leadham held without bail at the Wyatt Detention Facility in Central Falls. Cameras are not allowed in federal court behind me, but I was in there and I can tell you that Leadham looks much different than the mugshot you just saw from 2012. He now is bald and has skull tattoos covering the top of his head like a helmet. I spoke with his defense attorney after the arraignment, who said this went as expected and the case will now be brought to a grand jury. Live in Providence, I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.